Hello and welcome back everybody to yet another Gregtech New Horizons live stream. Hopefully you're all doing very well today. Just getting everything all loaded up here and we will be good to go. Alright, there's all that. Alright, Gregtech. Start recording. Open up the chat on my phone. And then we'll be good. So we do have the EEC ready to build. So we're going to try doing that right away. Hey Darius, how's it going? Alright, there we go. Chat open back up. I'm here to complain. What are you here to complain about? Alright, there we go. So we are good and ready now. Honestly... See if I can make a bunch of Grizium blocks. Actually, wash plant casings. 99 Grizium frame boxes. Do I? Oh, I don't have an assembler circuit for. I probably should get one. I could have sworn that I had some though. I'll make one just in case, but about my schedule for the next week. You're talking about this week with Thanksgiving and stuff, or are you talking about a different week? There we go. Yeah, no machine there. Next week, I have 3 tests. Damn. Well, I wish you the best of luck, Darius. Yeah, it's always stressful taking a bunch of tests, and yeah, you got that coming up very, very soon. But I know that you've been putting in a lot of work for that, so I know that you will do well. How's it going, Mandy? How are you doing today? 2.4 million. Okay, I have this turned off. I'll turn that on. Oxygen, 11 million. Okay, perfect. And actually, sulfuric acid. Why are you turned off? Oh, you need a bunch of tungsten trioxide dust. Tungsten! Wow, that's surprising. We have 329 tungsten smelted up. Hey, Hydro, how's it going? And I have wait. I have to choose if I want to work this weekend and shorten my time of studying or earn some money. Ooh. That is a hard thing to try and figure out what to do because, yeah, it's like if you need money or if you want money for shopping and stuff, you gotta work, yeah. But working takes up a lot of studying time. Even if you do 2 8-hour days, I mean, that's 16 hours of studying you miss out on. Hello, Carlos. How you doing today? Also, I think I said hello to you, Hydro. If I did forget, hello. How's it going? Let me see here. What was I doing? I know I was going to do the EEC, but there was another thing I was thinking of. We got our spawner here. Hold on a second. I'm thinking. Okay, we have a crusher that we were gonna build. Fluid extractor. Okay, so if I have block, actually, if I what do I got here? I do have grading, and then I have block 1, 2, 3 block. I guess I could have grading and then just smaller. All right. Joker, how's it going? I do have DaVinci Resolve, and I finished my script. Hey, good work on that. I'm very, very happy for you. And also, very nice that you have one less headache to worry about, having to get DaVinci Resolve. I saw that you left unformatted cells on the network. Yeah, I was debating... Yeah, see, now we got iron 3 chloride, which I might as well just make this one good for iron 3 chloride. I was debating on actually adding the fluid names to it, and it is probably a good idea, all the molten fluids that I make, to actually name them. Oh good, I don't have my bench. It's in my chest. DaVinci Resolve is epic and it's free. Yeah, it's insanely good. For being free, it is insanely good. I love it. Alright, we can put that one away. We don't need that one. Okay, there's nothing there. There's that one. Oh boy. Where did I put my AE2 chest? There's that. Where else was I working on AE2? What? Oh, I was probably down here. Yeah, it was. Okay. So, we still want to turn that off. So, let's go look at our obsidian. So, we have 12... Yeah, if we get over 1,000. So, let's just do that for now. So, emit when levels are above or equal to limit. Yeah, active with signal. So there we go. So it's turned off for now. So the plan was to place a fluid storage device. Oh yeah, hold on, let me a second. Get back here. Was to place a fluid storage device on an interface and connect ABS drivers to it. So I feel like I had something kind of like that. And connect ABS drivers to it. So you're saying something like... I'll get an example set up here, I guess. So, fluid storage bus on an interface, which I'd assume it would have to be a dual interface. So I don't know which side you would have which. But you'd have something like that. And say that could be, I don't know, the fluid solidifier. And then this just connects up to the main net. I'll install the drivers now. Okay. I don't know, I mean... Because you still have to... I mean, do you still have to filter the fluid storage bus? Because, I mean, if you still have to do that... Unless you could filter... No, you can't put an ORDIC card on it for, like, molten metals. Because you still have to filter the fluid storage bus. I guess you have to have a fluid storage bus, not a item storage bus. Being that if that's true, if you have to filter that, why not just have it filter into the cells down there? and then just continue to do it this way that I have it with the P2P tunnels, taking the drops. On the interface side, I put a driver with a cell, and in the fluid storage, you put the alloys in the filter. Yeah, okay. So you say a driver, you mean like a fluid export bus? But that only does so many fluids, though, unless you leave it unfiltered and it automatically pulls anything. It's easier to filter in fluid storage than in a cell for each alloy. Hey, what's going on, the bomb? Fun fact, you can now easily mass produce wet concrete and then fluid solidify it into blocks. Put it into a crafting table and you get pretty cool looking bricks. And they'll give a huge speed boost. I might have to do that soon. Oh yeah, the me drive where you put the cells. Okay, we'll see what we got here. Let's see. Put this away. Okay. Get a fluid storage bus to get this all nice and proper. Dual interface storage bus. So on the interface side, put a drive. So you do something like that with the cells. That one has iron 3 chloride. That one can go back home. I just need my cell bench. Done. Okay. Place the alloys and a sticky card in the storage filter. Okay, yeah, so I still have to, yep, okay. Have to get sticky cards and then all the alloys. So one of them was molten Grizium. And then the other one was Eglin Steel. Now, isn't there a way to take one cell and copy the formats and the filters to another cell? Do not filter the cell filter on the storage bus. Yeah, so don't put a filter on the storage bus. Don't mess with this, right? That's what you're saying. Put it on the cells. I'm gonna open up the blinds, get a little brightness in here. Leave the cells unfiltered. Okay, so put the filter on the storage bus. Gotcha. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Boom. Oops. Hello. I love how useful matter energy drives are. I'm almost at them in my own run. I don't even know what those are like yet. I barely even know what a basic drive is. But that is awesome. Matter energy drivers. I can only imagine how cool those gotta be. Yeah, and filter the alloys only in the fluid storage bus. Okay. So fluid storage bus. Okay, we're gonna do this. Boom, boom. Okay, we got the sticky cards. Says the only way that they can go. Actually. So that is all connected. Leave the system on the main network so it can be used by other machines. It's still on the main net. This is all still part of the main net yet. This output of fluids here, this is on the main net. Unless you're saying this drive has to be on the main net. But you're using them right now. Oh, me is matter energy. Oh, okay. That makes a bit more sense then. Yeah, I guess I always just heard me and I just never thought twice about what it actually meant. Alright. So, let's see. Not only does the storage fluid bus reside on the main network. Make sure I have enough channels. 17, 3, 5, 8 going into here is fine. There we go. So it's got power there. So now we have the fluids here, but then what do we have to do with this side to get this side to work? Because now this is on the subnet. The driver needs to be on the subnet. But I mean, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I thought that's what I initially thought you said, and then I thought just 2 minutes ago you said it had to be on the main net for... It's all good. Oh, man. Here we go. Where's my stupid... Ugh. Oh, there they are. Alright, driver is on the main net. You had built it correctly on the wall. You've done everything the opposite way. I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same thing. So, do I have to flip the fluid storage bus? Hey Blaze, what are you cooking up today? I'm just doing some modifications that Carlos was saying here, which I probably just could have left and I would have survived with. It would have been just as easy, just as simple. Maybe or maybe not. I guess maybe we wouldn't have to waste so many fluid storage drives. Do I have to flip these two around? The storage bus and the dual interface? I'm gonna go back and see. How you doing today, Andre? Leave it like that and see if it works. Yeah, so this is exactly how I built it on the wall. So that's why I was confused. So my question to you, Carlos. We leave it like this. We have the filter. That I swear I've had a system like before I was streaming. The other day when I was playing, I had something similar to this. Obviously I don't think it was exactly the same. But it would not drive the fluids. It would drive from here into the cells, but then it would not drive from the cells into the machines, which is the most important part. So like my question is to you, how do they go from the cell to the machine? And, you know, because now, if I request these ingots, this subnet, it's not going to be able to see the subnet, the crafting. I'm doing fine. Finally decided to set up power generation in the new base. Awesome. I'm very happy for you with that. You know, you just reminded me I should probably be making some more stainless steel. Which actually... I'd assume stainless steel... Okay, let me do a test here. I want to see... I guess I probably really can't. I'm still deciding if it's actually better to make stainless steel in the ABS. So, molten stainless steel... Oh, wow, you can't. Okay. That's actually interesting. $48 seconds, so that's not really worth it at HV. Will likely be better in EBF because of the perfect overclocks. Yeah. So that was my thing going forward, because I really don't know how long each thing takes, is I would test it and see. Like... I just test and see how much time it would take in this, how much energy it takes, and then I would compare it to what it's supposed to say for this. This happens because you can, when you craft something, and the alloy doesn't pass through the main grid, it doesn't complete. So it doesn't go to the next step. In general, low temp recipes are always better in the EBF. Okay. So, I mean, is there anything I should do with these machines? Like, should I remove all of these P2P tunnels? Because, well, I'm just trying to think here. If I put fluid export buses up there or something, then... Because we still need something to drive the fluid. Alright, so let's continue to make stainless. 2002 craft chrome. I do have a bunch of chromite. Awesome. So, okay, we'll just do that. Mix up a bunch of dust for the future. Also, welcome into the stream, everybody else. Thank you very much for jumping in today. I do greatly, greatly appreciate it. I will say, I did play a lot of Arc Raiders yesterday. And it's crazy. I feel like I mean, I leveled up a couple times. I guess I don't know what level I started at yesterday, but made it up to level 42, just trying to finish all my projects and stuff. You can test it because I don't use P2P. I use interfaces. My solidifier is part of my crafting system. Oh, so you have your solidifiers on the main net, right? Or as part of your crafting system. No, you wouldn't have it on the main net. Alright, well I guess let's try it. I don't think it's gonna work. Grizium, no, that's not where we craft that. Grizium. Craft another 50 ingots. What? Why do I not have a recipe? Bro, what? Oh, that's right, because it's on here, so it's not going to see that. Oh my gosh. Alright, well I can't even see the recipe there. I would have to change that recipe to the one here, which Let's just try it. Grizium, take you out, put you in. 50. Start. Missing Molten Grizium. Okay, well I have to make a new thing. That's why I leave it on the main net. So you leave that on the main net. So, okay. This fluid output, wouldn't it be better just to keep that on the subnet then? Have this just on the subnet, and then this thing here is kind of like what we have over here to allow only us to be able to see certain things on the main net. What do we got here? So yes, the storage bus on the subnet side allows the subnet to see mainnet items. Okay. Question, what's the reason for subnetting ABS fluid storage? If it's crafting, in a crafting step, it would be better to leave this stored in the mainnet. I think what we were trying to do, or what he was trying to get me to do, was to use like a fluid storage bus to maybe save on cells and stuff, but I think I'm just going to go back to the way I had it. The fluid doesn't enter the main network, the crafting won't complete. Do you have a spare leaper part, Blaze? I need one to complete Project 5. I might have one. If you don't get one by the time I hop on and I don't have one, I'll help you. Yeah, because I could only assume... I mean, we still have to filter a storage bus anyways. I mean, if we filter... You know, I am going to just say I don't know what the benefit of doing this is. So I'm just going to do what we had before. I mean, it worked perfectly fine. We store them on the main net. I don't think there's really a big deal in that. Alright, so we still have it. I mean, it was working before, and I don't think there... I mean, if there's a downfall to it, I'll switch it later, but I think this works just fine. I just have to filter the cells is all. Dang it. I think the idea was to auto-solidify everything to ingots, which in my opinion is not a great idea. Is that because you would maybe want to mix the molten metals together or use them for something else, since you'll abandon that idea fairly soon with the fluid shaper? Yeah. Yeah, you didn't understand. I know I didn't understand. Sometimes I don't really understand that well. You didn't understand the system with fluid storage. Bus goes to the dual interface, goes to the me driver, is a dynamic system for various fluids without compromising the system. Like compromising by filling up my other cells with fluids? That's what you mean, right? Like, what kind of compromise might I do to my system? Cell is empty, so we're just going to do that guy, that guy. Yes. But I mean, if I just filter my cells, obviously every time I go to make a new alloy, as long as I filter my cells and everything, there really shouldn't be any compromise. I mean, I get maybe like a fail-proof thing that you would have, but I just seemed like it was a bit more confusing than it needed to be for me. I guess I'm just sorry that I do not understand. Eglin steel and everything else. So I really should only need 2 cells right now. I don't know if a sticky card is really what I need. But we'll put it in there for now and we'll see how that goes. That's why it stays on the mainnet. And it will give you support for crafting. Using a cell for each alloy is nonsense. So I'm not using a cell for each alloy, though. I'm using a cell I'm using one cell, or just a couple cells for all the alloys. I mean, you could put in, I mean, how many filters can we have on a cell? I mean, for now, what we're doing with the alloys is we're instantly crafting them into ingots anyways. So that's all it is like a temporary storage before it turns into an ingot. Because, I mean, it's no different on a drive here. If you're storing on the subnet, I mean, you're only storing so much fluid because you're going to have to use it either now or later. Like, you can't store fluids all the time. I mean, we're not really doing any different of a purpose. We could store, I mean, 9 times what? 9 more? Or 7 more? So, I mean, we have 63 different fluids we could have on each cell. What you're doing with the cells, you can do on the fluid storage bus with no additional cost. See, that's where I like what you're saying is, yeah, you don't have to worry about wasting a cell. You could just have it on one fluid storage bus. But each cell only accepts one type at a time. Well, no matter what, I mean, you have your sandwich. I mean, you're only going to have one at a time, no matter what, because, I mean, these cells can only hold one fluid. That's why I'm getting more confused. So, I mean, you have your sandwich, you have that, you have your dual interface. So your fluid comes in from the main net, which I guess it could make a different color. So this is your main net. It comes in on your main net, so it sees that it has been crafted. Then it gets stored in the subnet with unfiltered cells. Obviously, this guy would be filtered with the fluids. You would have something like that. You would have your sticky cards so that they go into here. So literally, actually, okay, now hold on. I might be understanding this now. Literally, all it is your fluids are being stored here. Like, it's just storing all of these here, and then your main net, because of this storage bus here, has access to pull out any of these fluids that are filtered here back out this way to craft. I think, okay, I think I might see what that is now, because that's... See, that is just me not also understanding how AE2 fully works yet, because that works almost exactly the same as this then. Because the side with the storage bus can pull the items for crafting. Yes, okay. That makes a bit more sense. Thank you, Carlos. I am sorry for all the confusion as well, because, like, oh my gosh, AE2 sometimes just gives me a fucking brain aneurysm. There will be space for each fluid multiplied by the number of cells. Okay. So yeah, then you won't even have to... I mean, you still... You hold on to however many fluids you have. I mean, hopefully all the recipes that I make... Why not just have multi-fluid drives on your main net for this? It's not like you need to store much of it anyways. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking, like, Andre, thank you for asking the other good questions. Is like, because, like, that's the one thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around is, like, it doesn't seem like there's really a difference. I mean, you still have to store the fluid in the same number of cells regardless. I mean, the only benefit would be is you have maybe one filter here rather than having to filter each separate cell. Which then also my question would be is, like, if you could just copy, what is it, filters, which I think you can. I think it'd be more beneficial just to do that. That way you won't waste sticky cards and have to filter all the cells. Which is a fair point. But I also think... Now you got me curious. I want to see if there is a way, because if there is a way, I would like... I just, whether or not it's right or wrong, or it's the best method, I would prefer to have it just in the main net. Excuse me. Just because then, you know, I like having all my drives over there. The fluids will not be stored. It's just a buffer to allow multiple crafts to be accepted without stopping the system. But I mean, it will work exactly the same as if it was on the mainnet, other than I just have to filter more cells and use more sticky cards, right? Like it should work exactly the same. That's what I'm just trying to see. Like I mean, yeah. All right, where's my A2? Formatting. No. So you can use the cell workbench to format the drive so they'll only contain the stuff you want. Remember, more item types means less space overall. You can set it to lapis, blah, blah, blah. Format fluid drive. Cell workbenches do not connect to the network, so they do not need a channel. So is there a way to where... See, I have molten Eglin steel and molten Grizium. Is there a way, if I had this filled with a bunch of different molten metals, that I can copy that same filter to another fluid cell? But isn't it easier to filter everything into a storage bus and forget about it? I mean, it is. It is and it isn't. It is because you have one sticky card and so many fluids. But that's the other thing. Should be possible, yeah. Do you know how by chance? Otherwise, I'll just find out how to do it. I don't know how many molten metals we're going to work with. I'd assume we're going to have more than 63. Which then the only thing is, okay, we'll just add in another storage bus. And I mean, one storage bus. But no matter what, I feel like you probably wouldn't use more than a couple dozen cells, even at max. Interesting. So if I have that... Okay, so I guess I could see what I would do here. Okay, so what I would do, if I really wanted to do this, so there's all that. So this is now on the subnet for all my fluids. I'd have that, I'd have that, and I'd have that with the sticky card. And then I just have an empty cell with a sticky card. Hold on, sticky card, let me get that out of there. And then this is staying on the main net now, so I should still be able to craft. DWG, how's it going? It's not really a great idea to auto-solidify molten metals. I have always stored it in my main net. You will need molten metals for sooner than you think. Well, see, this method now, though, still shouldn't be... it shouldn't auto-solidify. So, it's going to get outputted into there. And then, yeah, because my recipe, okay, my recipe here, I guess this is both, oh, it's not even going to, hold on. So this is still on the main net. It's going to make the molten Grizium, and then it's just going to store it here. But because it travels through the main net, it should still see it and still be happy. Do I have my filter up here? Let's just see if it's happy with crafting now. So there's that, molten Grizium. 7,200. Of course, we're missing hydrogen. Oh my gosh. Blaze can already can make multi-fluid cells. That's why I feel like this approach is redundant. Yeah. You can change the mode of the cell workbench so it doesn't reset the settings for every cell. Oh, okay. Yeah. Then the system will take the drivers and solidify them. Which solves the problem, and we'll still have a buffer for multiple alloy crafts. Yeah, so no matter what, I mean, that's just a buffer. That's not forcing anything to go to the crafting. Like, literally, all that is a storage on the subnet. Like, cut down to the simplistic thing, the most simplistic thing. All this is a storage right now. That's not forcing anything in or out. Well, it's not forcing anything out, but literally all it is just the storage on the subnet. But I mean, yeah, okay. I do personally, I mean, I very much appreciate you showing me that, Carlos. Because it probably is, I don't know, maybe for other things that might be more beneficial. But I want to keep this area clean down here because it's already a mess. And I'm not too worried about copying over things of other cells. So I'm just going to store it over here. You can add an alloy simply by placing it in the bus filter. It is a good idea for things that have a lot of, that you have a lot of or need in one place. That is not of those things, in my opinion. Yeah, which I'm also, now I'm going to think of relooking at, what is it? My stuff over here. Because I have a crap ton of nitrobenzene that's being crafted. So it's almost something that I want. And we have an interface here. Hold on. So yeah, now I almost want to take. Do I not have a fluid cell? Wood tar. So because you gave me that idea and you taught me that, Carlos, I want to give access to the main net for wood tar so that my distillery tower over here can continue to produce stuff. So that way we continue producing hydrogen. Honestly, we produce so much benzene now, I could probably just do... What is it? Overflow voiding mode. I really, really don't want to do this, but I gotta keep everything running. So, there's that. Okay, so now I need a fluid storage bus. So let's grab some items here. Why do I keep losing my axe? Here it is. Actually, I'm just going to make sure I have a storage for wood tar, which I had. Did I get rid of it? Wood tar, yes. Okay, so voiding mode is on. Which actually, I could just put a thing on here. So the storage bus side is where it gives access to. So I should be able to draw fluid from that. Should. Lime, it's actually green. Yes, you can make a driver like that for a large number of nitrobenzene cells. But remember, that is not a storage, it's only a multiple buffer. So the thing that I'm doing here is I just added a fluid storage bus with wood tar there, so that my main net has access to it. So we go back here, and now we're pulling in wood tar here. So that's the thing. That's all I was doing there, is I was allowing those to pull wood tar, which I don't even think it stores here. Yeah, it does not store here at all. Which actually... Oh, that's right, because I am not producing anything up here anymore. This is all... Funny enough, it's not even operating. Not enough item output space. Yeah, which we'll have to figure out eventually where we want everything, but... Output hatch. No, it's items, or fluids. Yeah, and then all this silly charcoal. So eventually, once these, you know, which don't even really matter that much anymore, they could start sending stuff back. Wait, what are you doing with the byproducts from the benzene distillery towers? So these distillery towers, I mean, some of the byproducts are just getting wasted, but the biggest one is this guy, 1,3-dimethylbenzene, which I don't know how this is at 4 million and why we don't have any... Oh, so we... Wow, okay, so we're just using hydrogen that fast. So literally I didn't even really need these to operate. I need some more electrolyzers. I mean the ones that are near the nitrobenzene production. Oh, these ones. These ones are all still getting sent back to the main net storage and then getting, what is it? You know what I should do? I should get fluid solidifiers for the gelled toluene. Bro, what's going on, Joker? So, a lot of it is just being stored here, and then, wood vinegar, acetone... Yeah, like 1,4, it just gets voided after 4 million. For hydrogen, you need the methane cycle. Ugh. Well, if I had... I mean, with how much 1,3-dimethylbenzene I'm producing... I feel like I'd be able just to have an electrolyzer for it and be fine. I just went to a night raid at Dam Battlegrounds. I spent the entire time in the apartments to the north. 3 Wolfpack blueprints. Literally, you spent your time... That's insane. I mean, the night raids are supposed to be better for loot, which I haven't even... I don't really play those that often, but that is insane you got that. Thank you very much for sharing one with me. To be honest, you can just electrolyze excess. Yeah, so that's what I was going to do. Is just electrolyze it. Which... That's chlorine. So actually, let's edit this now. This bus has no cached stacks. No cached fluids. Is it because it's turned off? It is. So... I'd assume I could still use export buses on these, or you really probably wouldn't want to do that. How does one automate inputs? I guess you don't... What I'm trying to think of here is... If I could have it only... No. I think I would just need a different electrolyzer. Because with my plat line and a lot of these other machines, I have them turn on and off with redstone. So, or like these. So like, I have it with this. So this only outputs sodium when we have, you know, a certain amount. So I was just trying to think, does that even work with the me hatches, or how I would get that to work? You can turn off any stocking input with redstone. Notice on the bottom it says enabled. Okay. So you can put a sticky card in there, or just like probably any card. I don't know if that does anything. Okay. Excuse me. Also, second tier So what is a green silencer? What MeHatch shows is the total of your network. The MeHatch doesn't store items, it only pulls them. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to get at is... Well, I guess, yeah, yeah. So no matter what, it has access to these. Well, the thing I was trying to get is how to enable or disable it so that it only operates certain recipes. Or it only crafts, kind of like the other thing that I had. Excuse me, I got the Tempest blueprint today. Ooh, congrats on that, Darius. You might need a machine controller cover on that. Okay. See, yeah, I'm going to have to probably make another electrolyzer for a different item because this is going to make chlorine no matter what until it's like full, and then that's not what I want. When you don't want something, use an email to turn off the machine. An email? I know you were trying to say something else. Alright. So that's going to make chlorine. Let's see if I can make a different thing here. Muffler. Just yeah, when you don't want something to put a switch on. Yeah, but well, yeah, so that's what I was going to do. The only thing is just like that one's going to be specifically for chlorine. I can't do two items at once, sadly. Unless I had another stocking bus. Which actually, I might do that. You just turn it off, put a machine controller cover on it, and control it via redstone from the level emitter. Yeah. That'll basically make it so it sees no items and therefore doesn't craft any more chlorine. I just thought of something though. If I can turn off an input, I can use one machine to craft two items. So that's a stocking input there. So, oh, the question is how am I going to do that? Got power in the way of everything. So that's just an electrolyzer casing. I might swap those around. Exactly, that's what we're trying to say. Yeah. Sorry for not understanding right away, but that makes a bit more sense then. Try leaving the block below the controller as a solid block, then you can place an emitter below it and stop the machine. Well, I think it would be better to stop the inputs, because then, I mean, you could keep the machine on at all times, and then, say if I need chlorine, it's going to turn on the chlorine input and make chlorine, but then it'll shut off when I'm full on that. But then say have a different item. So for this example, I guess I don't even have an input for 1,3-dimethylbenzene. Which actually that's a fluid anyways. Which I'd still probably want to turn this one off so it doesn't clog up the output hatch. But yeah, so I could turn on and off the inputs. That way I'm always able to craft something and it's not going to clog up the system on the output side. Which, I mean, it might just work with that in the controller anyways, but yeah. So, though electrolyzers are a little small, so you don't have too much room to extend logic on the inputs. Yeah, sadly. So we're gonna do... Actually, okay, so we'll put that in the back. Boom. So we got that. Salt. So you got rock salt. Oh. Rock salt and salt. I think it's just circuit 1. Nope, no circuit at all. Okay. Production machines just only handle one type of item. If you want multiple items, you need to learn how to make universal ones. Well, I mean, we did that. I mean, like, Andre's saying that's just not really right, because I mean we did this large chemical reactor that it had insane amounts of different recipes. I mean we had circuit 9, circuit 8, and also a bunch of the other fluids and stuff. We were making many things through this guy. I mean also to that matter, let's go here. I'm lost in my own caves. I mean, down here, I mean, I'm making, was it sodium hydroxide, carbon monoxide, and formic acid all in this one, because we have all of our outputs in the middle. Circuit 1, Circuit 1 makes, like, carbon monoxide or something weird like that. I have all my fluids in here, and then I have a separate input. So input here and an input here, with different items turning on and off the system, so that way it can make different things. So this one would make sodium hydroxide, and then items being put into here, which is the carbon, would make carbon monoxide. Yes, but each time it would make your crafting slower. You're right, which makes sense, yeah. So once we do have problems with how slow it is, then at that point we would be just like, okay, we'll go and, what do you want to say? We'll just make another machine or something like that. So yes. Yeah, you are correct, it does make it slower, but it still does work. Once speed becomes an issue, then that's when we start just making standalone machines to fix that problem. Delta speed will be an issue. Electrolysis of salt and hydrocarbons is fast. Yeah. There we go. So, let's see. We have the stocking input bus. Give me the brown cable. So that's that there. Input hatch. Boom. We want... I gotta sneeze. Got more brown cables. Fluid export bus. So we want a redstone card and obviously another card. Fluid level emitter. Yeah, because we're using it for hydrogen, so that's why. So redstone card, 1, 3. Active with signal. So there we go. So it only outputs with a signal. So then we'll get a emitter. So hydrogen. Uh, 3.5 million. Emit when levels, yeah, emit when levels are below limit. Set. And that is connected via the main net, so that is good. Okay, so that's 1 point something million. .17. Active with signal. 1,3-dimethylbenzene. 1.4. So it is putting it in. But soon he'll want to electrolyze this machine, the entire base of this machine, and then what do we do? Well, I wouldn't do that, no, because I'm only having, I mean, I know normally I like to cram a lot of recipes into one machine and not build a lot of extra machines, but this is really the only one I really wanted to add in here. But I get what you mean. I'd try to cram everything into one machine. Okay. So we got that there, but why do we not have a whole lot of 1,3-dimethylbenzene? Where is that? Oh, you know what? It's probably because there's a sticky card here. Hold on. Let's take this out. I mean, that would probably help. And I could turn off voiding mode. Let me check. Let me just check over here now, see how this goes. How's this looking? Probably still not great. 1.40. Okay, still nothing. So what do we have for storage downstairs? 1,3-dimethylbenzene. 1,4, 1,2. Okay. What if I add an acceleration card to this one? Which it doesn't help because it doesn't have access to anything. I need to make some extra fluid terminals to be able to check stuff. Dimethylbenzene 1412. Is this on a subnet? So it exports into here. Just put a storage bus on that. Alright, so we'll craft up 2 storage buses, but let's go grab another one. Here at Sales. Sales? What are you talking about, Panda? How you doing today? You here for the Black Friday Blaze membership deal? Could you imagine? 50% off to become a Sudablaze member. It'd be cool if I could do stuff like that, but sadly it does not work like that. Alright, so 1,3-dimethylbenzene. I don't even know if it pays to put a card on there, but 349 or 949,951. Okay, so that's good. But now you should hopefully fill up this guy. It does. Okay. So that is online. See, now we could also put a emitter. Fluid level emitter. Boom. Put one. Oh, you know what? That will contradict with this guy. See, sometimes building these are a little bit annoying too. So hold on, let's do this. We gotta build this half first. Boom. 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 Wait. No, that doesn't work. Does it? Hold on. Enabled. Okay, hold on. Now I just gotta see how this thing works. New Sudablaze merch drop. That would be cool. I would like that. Redstone torch. Redstone. Online. Can I put a redstone card in there? Hold on. I don't even think I have redstone cards anymore. Alright, well we have to make some new stuff here then. Yoink. So we got cards, redstone compatibility, molecular assembler. I have no room once again. Oh my gosh. Fill up so fast. Is it connected? Use a machine controller cover on the stocking input bus. Oh. No, it's not connected. That's why I was trying to get a card to see if putting a card in here would work, but you're saying, yeah, the machine controller cover would probably work. If I could find one in my massively disorganized inventory. So... Disabled. Okay, so... Enable with redstone. Okay, so it is disabled right now. Which is funny. Enable with redstone. I mean, there's redstone on it. Disabled. How? The cover is on the bottom. It's not going to work from there, probably. Okay. Use it on the side. If you put a cover on the front, the cable won't connect. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, there's my crowbar. Ew, that's ugly. Hold on. Ugh. Where could I put this that it's not going to look ugly and that's going to work? Put it on the front. Hold on. Disabled. Really? So hold on a minute. Enabled. Okay. So if I could power... Well, if I power this block, that's going to turn that one... Maybe? You know what I could do? Hold on a minute. Oh boy. You know, we could get rid of this. Hold on. This will make our lives a lot easier. So we're going to get rid of this. Boom. So there's that. This guy can move to here. Active with signal, acceleration card, 1,3-dimethylbenzene. If your base starts consuming too much hydrogen or carbon, chlorine production... Oh, chlorine production will be compromised. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, if I really do start to have problems like that, then I'm just going to build a separate machine for, you know, each thing. There we go. So that is on. Okay, so now I can put a cover on the other side. So we'll do that, put a cover there. So that is disabled right now. So chlorine. This one's for hydrogen. Emit when levels are below limit. Set. Okay, well, how much chlorine do we have? I don't know why. Create a problem. Try it today to solve tomorrow. That's my way of thinking. I agree with you. I'm just trying to get something to work for now, though, so that way we have our base operational. So that's my thinking. Is like I'd rather have something. Well, I guess really it wouldn't even take me that long to get another machine. It would make more sense if I didn't have materials for all that. So 3 million chlorine, okay. So let's try getting that maybe to 3.5 million. So let's actually just see, let's turn that on. So making, wow, 120,000 liters of hydrogen per minute, not enough fluid output space. I mean, you should have plenty. Yeah, it has no... Oh. So that's interesting. So it produces 130,000, and we can only output 128,000. Interesting. But who's using our hydrogen? Nitric acid. You are. Once the hatch exceeds capacity, it will say it's full. But in a single recipe, you can exceed its capacity a lot. Yeah. So does it end up wasting the extra, or how does that work? Output me. Hello? Here it is. Ah, yes, I like how the stupid night vision and stuff is covering everything. Can cache up to 128,000 liters of fluid. Uses. Oh, so that's the basic one. Current cache capacity 2 million. Ah, that's how... Oh, wait. Okay, so 128,000. Literally just add in a 1,000 cell and you can store 2 million. So as it normally just slows down processing. I do wish that maybe the visuals or the naming was a little bit different. So that way you could tell the difference between the ones that have more storage. I know you can see the capacity down at the bottom. Okay. So you're up to 1 million hydrogen right now, which is beautiful. And honestly, that means we could probably just get rid of this guy now. I mean, we'll probably just should have a storage somewhere, but we could have multiples here, but that's nice. You can insert cell inside an already placed one. Oh, hold on. Cell. What are these called? Components. Craft. Sticky resin. What am I missing sticky resin for? Oh, you know what? Wait, what am I missing sticky resin for? Rubber? Hello? Oh, for the coated circuit boards, probably. Placed one needs a cell, not a component. Oh, okay. pardon your ears, everybody. Actually, what am I doing? Alright, fluid cell. The meat hatch has a compartment for cells and expandable storage. Okay. I have to go look back at that then. Wait, oh, oops. Do I have a trapdoor here? Don't worry, I'm used to the sound. You're just gone numb to it at this point. Oh, duh, well that's what that's for, okay. Lapotron! Why do those take so long? Let me see. Autoclave, HV, ouch. Even if we had IV right now, it's still 30 seconds. But, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to upgrade to IV. IV autoclave. Do we not have one? We're gonna do that because we're also gonna get a couple of them. I hate waiting for Lapotrons. Actually, well that... Yeah, we use Lapotrons for all of our cells and everything, too, so... Make Lapotrons. Oh, yeah, because you gotta use the engraved Lapotrons. Yep. All of that for fluid circuits. Lapos are annoying, yeah. Alright, well that's another good thing to keep in mind to upgrade. So let's see. I'm just going to write a sign here. Upgrades to do list. Make EV... what do you say? Okay. And multi-block clave is a ways away. Right, that's why I'm like, yeah, we're not even close to it, so we're gonna have to get a bunch of single blocks. Carbon, 104... We're going to have to make a cell for carbon. Making parallels to a Lapotron is a good idea, yeah. Because also... Ouch, dang. Yeah, these two take 16 seconds each with an EV single block. So we're going to have to just, you know, get a couple machines just for those as well. EV assemblers for Lapotrons. I wish you could right-click and edit signs. Surprised that's not actually in the game yet. Like, even vanilla. So it is disabled for now. But actually, let me just set it to something to where they would fight each other. See who takes precedence. I mean, it's always going to be a toss-up. You never really know. Input separation, lock recipe. Okay, so we have this guy. Fluid cache capacity, 2 million. Nice. It's usually the recipe that was always running, yeah. So actually, let's see now. It's going to craft. Oh, it's going to keep crafting. Which I wonder if it takes this storage into consideration as well or not. But either way, so that's going to craft it a lot faster now. And we're already up to 3.8 million. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Okay, why are you still operating? 3.5 million. Active with signal. Yeah, you're definitely not getting a signal now, so you should be off. There it is, chlorine and potassium. I love it. Yes, he will remain committed, which is good. It's good to know that the old multi-blocks are faithful. They'll keep going with whatever they got. Alright. Also, I don't really... I'm going to say it's possibly an excuse for why I do this, because I know what you're saying. It makes a lot more sense to do, to just make the separate machine right away. But, my other excuse I'm going to give to myself is that I am testing my knowledge with being able to see what is possible. So I'm just seeing what is possible with each machine, so that way I know for the future if I want to do stuff too, as well as just continuing to learn how to use fluid level emitters. Laziness, no. It is innovation. That is what it is called now. Innovation, no laziness. And maybe not laziness either. It could also be a cheapness. I could be cheap and not want to spend my materials on it yet. Oh man. Just like real life. Instead of buying the name brand, we go with the off brand. We just keep using what we have. Alright, so we really... It seems surprisingly fast that we've been making all that tungsten. 421, dang. Let's keep making our tungsten steel so that way we can get a fluid extractor. Alright. Yeah, with later multis like the mega chemical reactor, you'll probably run many recipes in one at once, so turning off inputs is a good idea. Oh, that's right, and the amazing thing with those are so huge that we have plenty of room to work with, so that's kind of nice. Although... If we had a line coming down, I guess... I was just trying to think of a way it would be nicer if we could have these pointing straight up if it was, like, mounted to the side. So that way you can go up and power a block rather than having to put a red alloy wire on it, but that's not that big of a deal. Yes, I believe. But look at that, tungsten, 421. That's crazy because, I mean... Not even that long ago, like, that was insane to be able to have that even. Alright. We've got more titanium. So how much ilmenite? Ooh, we only have 200 ilmenite left. Ouch. Not the good. We're gonna have to go mining for some titanium soon. Although, I'll probably get a couple multi-block miners on the moon, which actually... See if I can just make another one. No, I probably should wait until I get to that point, because it's kind of a waste right now. Okay, so we have hydrogen in production, we have chlorine in production, and look at our machines turned off, because I will say this does produce plenty enough. Nitric acid, I think we do have a storage in here, so if that ever did get full, it just shuts down once it fills up. Or if I could put a control on that. Hold on. I thought I had a... Oh, you know what? Nitric acid. Okay, so right there is a storage of it. But I think we just use it too quick anyways for it to even matter. If you get to processing iridium in the plat line, you can build tier 2 multi-block miners. Yeah, which is kind of what I want to do, is get back to that. 3.99 million. Okay, so we're actually starting to stockpile here, which means this should shut off soon. And then we should start building up on our nitric acid. Actually, no, that's the input. Input doesn't matter until the output. So once this starts clogging up, although, don't we have another nitrobenzene storage other than this one? I feel like we shouldn't. I hope that we don't. So I need to get also, yeah, fluid solidifier set up for the toluene. Okay. So I'm feeling pretty good with a lot of this stuff here. We're gonna put redstone torches there. Why not? Actually, that can go back into our main storage. Oh, you know what? We need cards. Card. Damn it, we need copper. Rename cells. Might not be a bad idea. Do we have our cell workbench? Yeah, because then we could find them a little bit easier, because, yeah, right now it is kind of a nightmare trying to, like, control them. Because if you rename them, would it work with, like, looking it up like this, down in the search bar here? Tool Forge. Oh, wait a minute. Could I have been using this the entire time for no XP? Oh, boy. I think I could have. I've been using my anvil for everything. Oh, my gosh. It don't work. It's easier to read the name than to press shift and read metadata. Yeah, I agree. And it's free. It's... oh my gosh. I could have been doing this for a long time. Butane, lubricant. Now I'm just sad that I've been able to do this entire time, and I've been wasting my experience points on this. Butane. What do we got? Light fuel. One 3-dimethylbenzene. I don't really need to spell it the right way. THY benzene. YL. Perfect. Spy, how's it going? What's up, Blaze? How's it going today? Not too bad. How are you doing? If you had listened to me when you made your first fluid cell, I know. There's going to be a lot of that. But it does make life a little bit easier now, yeah. Butane, yeah, look at all that. Nice. Although I do wish it wasn't italicized. I wish it was kind of like this. Oh well. We shall survive. Heavy fuel. molten polyethylene. POLYES or ETHYELEN, whatever. Got it. Carbon dioxide. Radon. You know, I should make the radon loop. Should have enough radon. Molten silicon carbide. That's kind of a waste of one, but okay. Tetrafluoroethylene. Really testing my spelling skills today. If I tell you to do something, it's because I've already been through the problem. Yeah, sometimes I just need to... I need to deal with it myself to understand why somebody is telling me to do it. Sometimes. 99% of the time. I'm fine too. I just reached LUV. Congrats on that. That's awesome. Getting there. We're not too far. I say we're not too far. We're probably still a couple hundred hours away. I'd say probably 100, 200. Okay. Tetrafluoral. See, I don't know if there's an O after it. Fluoro. I don't. Is there? There is. Okay, so we almost got it. Ethylene. Liquid ender. Liquid helium. Fuel. Cetane boosted diesel. Nice. Alright, so those are all good now. Once Flatline is done and you have a decent power generation, you can start inching towards LUV. Yeah, which is nice. Finishing my monazite line, it is a really fun line. Awesome. Because it's not an LCR spam. Flatline? How much energy does one consume? 48,000, that's with 3 of these running. Max power, how about that? Alright, so we do want to increase our power generation. And then maybe we can increase the ore proc area. If it wasn't for the digester and the dissolution tank, I would really like the monazite line. So they're barely producing just enough. My plant line uses more than Blaze's whole base, and it's on EV hatches. Damn. How many turbines can I make? Does this make craft 1? No, so okay, I need 4. What about 8? All we're missing is RAM. How does one make RAM? Emerald lenses. Don't get stuck on one type, like nitrobenzene. Use oil and nuclear energy too. I will get to nuclear energy. Probably, I'm just trying to say here, once we actually get into our IV section of the base, since this is still EV, we will switch over to nuclear, which, funny enough, what does it actually say for power? Radioisotope thermoelectric generators. The large heat exchanger is a power gen multi that accepts a non-direct fuel and doesn't output energy. What is it for then? To heat up water with hot liquids. That's what. Effectively, it's a steam boiler that uses fluids instead of solids. But it's more complicated. The three sources of energy are lava, hot coolant, and hot solar salt. The salt is the most powerful, but the hardest to get. Lava can be automated from Everburn urns or myriad of other options. Hot coolant usually comes from fluid nukes, and hot solar salt is produced in solar tower. For the lava, the LHE outputs 160 liters of steam. Okay, well that's all that. That's all steam. Using cetane in large turbines is much cheaper than nitrobenzene in energy production. Yeah, but you have to burn a lot more of it, though. So you have to produce it a lot faster. Nuke energy is so free that feels cheaty. Don't fall for the oil propaganda. I mean, my nitrobenzene... I mean, once we get to a point where maybe, say, the nitric acid consumption is just insane, then, yeah, we'll look at other fluids to burn or something, but this is not how you get into space. Rocketdyne F1A engine. What? This produces power out of rocket fuels. To see how to make them, look up the Space Race tab. The math regarding the Rocketdyne is complicated. Looking at the controller's tooltip helps, but the main gist of it is like this. Provide carbon dioxide and make sure it doesn't run out. Choose the energy per tick you want to get. Calculate the amount of fuel you need for the fuel you will use, and then provide enough liquid hydrogen to boost the multi according to the EU per tick value. You will always want to have the Rocketdyne boosted for several reasons. Assuming you have at least buffered IV dynamo hatch, outputting close to the maximum on that hatch will lower the fuel efficiency, but not if it's boosted. Additionally, this multi doesn't consume fuel continuously, but with intervals of 1 second between consuming and not consuming while generating power. Interesting. Oh my gosh. That is a really cool looking machine. Turbodyne casing. Nitinol and tungsten steel. Nuclear tab covers IC2 nukes and later fusion reactors and NAC reactors. Look it up. Okay. Alright. Overshadowed by the UCFE. I just had to mute my phone there for a minute. So, nukes. Which is funny because they're eventually going to get rid of nukes anyways. Powerful nuclear physics. Oh yeah, all this stuff. Basis for all reactors. Nuclear energy is first available in EV. However, it comes in all shapes and forms, and it can be hard to choose one kind of setup to use amongst all those that are available. To start this quest book page, this first quest will be a summary of how nuclear power can be produced and when it is available. Other quests down the line will have more details about each specific setup, but this is an overview of all of them. TLDR, nuke... Oh, I see. So you have normal nukes, fluid nukes, vacuum nukes, LFTR, whatever the hell that is, THTR... Wait, LFTR equals THTR, which equals nuke reactor. Or all types of those are the same. So there are 3 different types, but they're all the same output, pretty much, I'm guessing. And then you have the fusion reactor, compact fusion for power, and then per reactor for breeding. What? Breeding? Nuke, LFTR, blah blah blah. In terms of breeding speed and outputs, with fusion being required to make some materials. The first nuclear source you have access to is the Industrial Craft. The Industrial Craft 2 nuclear reactor, usually called a nuke. It's a small single block that can have additional chambers attached to it to make a multi-block structure, and the amount of chambers decides the amount of space available for the nuke's components. Inside it, fuel rods with radioactive materials generate power, and every other item serves to control the temperature of the reactor and keep it from exploding. It generates energy directly, but it can be upgraded to a fluid nuke, which outputs hot coolant instead. Oh, okay. For the large heat exchanger, but with more efficiency. Lastly, there's also the vacuum nuke, which is very similar to regular nukes, but it cools down by using coolant cells, which wear out and are only reusable by using vacuum freezers. Usual fuels for all of these are thorium in EV and uranium in IV. Sorry for all the reading. I really do want to understand a lot of this. Take a little drink here real quick. Between IV and LUV, another kind of reactor. The liquid fluoride thorium reactor. Oh, that's what that is. In this large multi, the thorium and uranium are mixed in with very hot molten salts, which need to be prepared in another multi-block. Yeah. Okay, since that's later, I'm not too worried about that right now. At those same tiers, albeit mostly for LUV and above, there are also two larger multis, the thorium high-temperature reactor and the high-temperature gas-cooled reactor. The THTR is mostly for power, needing an input of about 0.5 amps, IV amps, outputting LUV power at a varied amount of amps. Whereas the HTGR is a breeder reactor, outputting 1/20th the amount of hot coolant, which is where the power generation comes from. But with much better ratios for breeding, a lot of breeding. The LFTR isn't too popular. Another kind of nuclear reactor is the Good Generator's Naquadah reactor, which coincidentally has recipes to consume thorium liquid fuel and uranium liquid fuel alongside with all that. From then on, fusion power. This page will mostly serve as to guide you into making a choice between all these possibilities. Pretty much guaranteed that you'll use at least 2 to 3 of these setups, so try to get comfortable with these quest descriptions. This branch starts at mid-IV. Oh, fission, okay. In this direction, you will find several setups that are related to nuclear fission. Okay. Breeding. Well, that's all fission. Fission guidelines. Thorium is early. Okay. Very first step into nuclear power is done with thorium in an industrial craft. Yeah, an IC2 nuke. This multi-block already has a good amount of information in the quest book, split between the EV and how to generate power pages. So you should look at those if you want even more information that might not be written here. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Thorium nukes are... Okay, we have to go to sleep real quick. It's lightning too much. I think I'm the only Gregtech New Horizons player who uses all forms of energy and doesn't just follow one route. Which is a cool thing. Being able to say that you can use basically every type. Which, I guess it's... since I'm doing 100% of everything, like all the quests and all that, I mean, I already have to build it or to like craft everything, so I might as well incorporate it. But I want to do it in a way that's not going to be just like gas turbines next to combustion turbines next to everything. I would like it to kind of be each and everything has its own thing. Although, I just realized... Well, I mean... I thought I heard some. Thinking, like, I could put in, like, say, a couple gas turbines, or a combustion turbine underneath this to help supplement energy into this system. LEV and further options are far more limited. Taking the easiest routes is boring, which is why I'm progressing very slowly in the game right now. I'm mostly... Wait, currently post-moon after 2 months of playing. Which is fair. Everybody's got their own way. I'm just trying to go through to also see... I mean, I like the easiest, obviously. But I'm also trying to make it to the end since I've never been there. And that's why I feel like if I were to go play through a second time, or however many more times, I'd be more interested and inclined to do a lot more of the things that I didn't know about initially. Alright, I don't know what I'm really looking for now. Oh yeah, we need some stuff here for RAM. So we need like a green or an emerald lens. So you got a diamond lens. Okay. Yeah, we could change you. So you can get out of there. Blue lens, no thank you. Ender eye lens. So RAM. Green sapphire. Yes, can I get a green sapphire lens? Green sapphire lens, thank you. Because we have all of these set up here. Okay, now I just need to rename everything. I don't think any of us were, aside from Bob. Any of us were what? Sorry for not really remembering what was going on. Hello? 56,000. Thank God Blaze learned how to use the wireless terminal. I know, right? I'm slowly getting used to it. I'm getting used to it. Okay, well, did I put my chest in here? No. It's not that one. Even with all of this amazing stuff, I still play Where's the Chest? Can you believe it? I can. It's so bad. Oh my gosh. Alright, why? We got one there. Oh, you know what? I probably put it... I remember being down here. Well, it's not here. I want to get the Entity Crusher stuff going. Yeah, you got that one there. You got that one there. I don't know why. But we do. Make your maintenance... Wait, make maintenance for your LSC. Does it need maintenance? Eventually, I'm gonna need... Oh, it does have. Wow, okay, thank you. I'm going to need, like, drones to take care of this for me. Tape. Yes, please. How much am I losing? 90%. Ouch. So does that calculate in how much energy is being used? Oh yeah, see, passive loss is now 6 EU per tick, compared to 3. I mean, which isn't really that big of a deal, but I mean, I guess, yeah, no, it's extra 3. I mean, it adds up. I think Blaze can spare the 3 EU per tick, yeah. Just a little bit. Thankfully. But I do like having efficiency running fine. Actually, I'm really, really excited to, like, see drones and other stuff possibly working for me. Oh yeah, also assembly machine. It's going to be a circuit 4 machine. That's circuit 3. So that is also going to steal the recipe from this guy. Wait. We have a circuit 3. Were any of those recipes circuit 3? I don't know. Or drill. That is circuit 2. Which that is what that is. Alloy blast smelter. That doesn't matter. Turbines, I think, are all circuit 2, right? Those don't even matter. And then output hatches. Oh yeah, that's circuit 2 as well. Okay, so that should be all fine there. Passive losses basically never relevant since power production grows faster than the LCR capacity, which is kind of cool. Kind of nice. Okay, there we go. Take my cell workbench. Time to move up back here. That is awesome. I am so happy we have the quad EBF running now at full power. That is beautiful. All that tungsten steel. 331. Let me get our book back. There we go. We needed 452 for a fluid extractor, though, which is insane. Not LCR. Oops, yeah. LCR. No, not LCR. It's still not... Man, you're going to be so happy once you get Volcanuses. I know, right? Like, I think this is crazy, but Volcanuses are going to be insanely awesome. Those are constantly producing... I am wasting benzene. It's like literally just burning out the window, but it is what it is. But that makes me think... Honestly, I could just put a big tank here. This guy... damaged. What is this connected up to for energy buffer anyways? A bunch of HV batteries. Okay, that just dumps out a 16 amp diode. Yeah, definitely this area up here I'm going to have to change to something else. I mean, I really don't use this area. I mean, honestly probably just finish building it. And then, yeah, that's going to be all about it is. It's just going to be a museum at this point. Once that guy becomes irrelevant. Okay. Just need our dual interface. Where's my renaming tool? EV assembler. I feel like there's other recipes I had that need to go in here. Oh, these coils. Wait, TBV coils. TBV coils, circuit 3. We have a circuit 3. Dual interface. Oh, I already have that there. Nichrome, Canthal, TPV. That's right, we still need copper. You're still making tape. So we got that for you now, but I feel like there was more recipes that I needed there. HSSG... Oh yeah, those are made in the IV assembler yet. Grizium. That's circuit 4. Circuit 4. Yeah, baby! Okay, so now wash plant. Make 100 of those. Boom. So, I have... Okay, 2 craft, 42. I don't even think I need 100, but, you know, we're just gonna make 100 anyways. See how well my system can operate under the stress. EU in. Oh, that's right. It goes down so fast. So we got this operating, this guy's operating, which then hopefully these start operating. So 65 or so per wash plant. Okay. So it will be probably just a little bit short for a second one. Well, actually, no, because we're going to wall share, so it's going to be a little bit better. Chat. I'm getting excited about how this is all coming down. Really probably should go get my plat line up and running again, though, soon. Ooh, you know what? Oh, look at all 4 operating at the same time. Let's go. Obviously, some are going to operate a little bit longer than others, but that's fine. At least we have some operating at the same time. How far have you reached on your plat line, Blazed? I've only gotten platinum done so far. We might actually work on more oxygen production. So we got hydrogen taken care of. We got chlorine for the hydrochloric acid and everything like that taken care of. All the hard work coming together. Love to see it. I know, right? It is beautiful. And then we're going to have... Oof. Once we get this going, the whole ore proc area. This is going to be fully operational. We'll get... I hear you out there. We'll have to get sodium persulfate and mercury production going a lot better. And then we also might have to set up a... At some point, we might have to do the open computer stuff to get crop reading. So that way we'll get better glow shrooms to continue to produce glowstone, gold, redstone, all that stuff. Making sure that nitrobenzene materials are all rock solid is a great idea. Yeah. You can then think about scaling up your power production too. Exactly. Which, eventually it's going to be nice having all Ori Harukan turbine blades and all these, but then having just a bunch more turbines to power up everything is going to be beautiful. It's nice. Advanced stocking input bus is so goated for the ore proc. Oh, that's right. Wait, oh, the advanced one. I only have... So now I just realized that. Advanced. What is the advanced stocking input? Retrieves directly from the me. Keeps 16 item types in stocks. Auto pulls from the me. Fast recipe checks can be leggy. Used with caution. I forgot what the difference between the two was. Other than maybe being able to put recipes in. For ore proc too. Yeah, so that's why I'm for the ore proc. I'm just going to keep it. And then that way I can just use an ordict card. Because I don't know how you would do that. You'd only have 16 items unless you just have a bunch of different inputs. But I feel like that'd be more messy than just doing this with a little export bus and an ore proc card. Wow. Our sifter is done. Yeah, sodium persulfate, all on IV fells cheaper with full plant line. So you know what I want to do? Ore drill. Let's see if we can get 2 more of these. Oxygen. Yeah, we need oxygen production. Okay, so we have an chemical reactor. We want some electrolyzers. Can I make 4? Stellite. Okay, so we want stellite. So obviously mixing the dust is really annoying. Stellite, yes. It takes 2.3 seconds to mix the dust. And then also you got a 3.45 seconds to cool the ingot. Then you also, wow. HSSG, so that's what we do have. So it would take us 25 seconds to cook 1 ingot. But that's why I'm comparing it to this, do stellite with ABS. Yeah, that's why I just wanted to see how much of an upgrade it's going to be. Oh. Interesting. Well, I mean, what do we get? I think that's 20 ingots, right? Yeah, 20 ingots. So 1 ingot of molten metal in 2 seconds. So 1 every 2 seconds. And then obviously solidify it in 1.6 seconds. So literally 3.6 seconds. Just say 4. 4 seconds per ingot compared to, I mean, already you're 20 seconds per ingot just in cooking this. Which is nice. So stellite. Circuit 4. So that is a storage bus. Circuit 4. For talonite. Okay, perfect. So we already have that right there. So, stellite. Yes, I want the molten stellite recipe. Nope. Manganese, chrome, cobalt, titanium. Probably should have made a recipe for this as well, but dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Alright, stellite ingot. Fluid solidifier. Should rename this guy, actually. Hold on. ABS circuit 4. Hold on, because that is wrong now. This has to... Okay, this makes molten talonite, so I have to change that recipe. Look at the Discord real quick. Okay. What the heck is that? Is that Peabody? Make meteors, yes. Also, what is going on with your base there? It is crazy looking. I do like it. Oh, I see you got all your apiaries for your bees and everything. So many flowers all in that one area. Ooh, okay. I also like, yeah, I think you have the open computers, like, farm area there, too. That's pretty cool. Dang, that is very well put together. I like that. I am back. Welcome back, Carlos. So let's also go change this other recipe. Actually, this one... So, you take the molten metal, so you're fine there. See, that's good. But I need to make a recipe change. So you... Talonite. So we're going to change that to the fluid there. And then we also need the ingot. Fluid solidifier, boom, boom, boom. Eventually we'll probably make meteors, but not quite yet. Talonite. There we go. So now, stellite rotors. I don't think we have an extruder for uses. Extruder. EV. Yeah, so we don't have that going. But how do we make an extruder? Oh, it's not called an extruder, is it? Mass processing. Separated. That's a... Oh. That's that. Okay, that's pretty cool. Can it? Taking things apart. Dancing in circles. Yeah, here we go. Industrial extrusion machine. IV. This is going to be nice. This is going to be game changing. I love it. Okay. So let's get a recipe for that, which actually, let's find our paper. Or drilling machine. And we can rename it now. So what do we want? Industrial. We'll just name it industrial. Industrial extrusion machine. Oh, does it not work with paper? Dang, that sucks. Yeah, I need more XP. Although we should probably be careful and save some more. Alright, so we're gonna get this set up. We're gonna see if we can make it. And then I don't know, or let's get this set up, at least to get the recipe set up, and then I can worry about the EEC. So, extrusion machine. Forgot I had to make the recipe. Oops. Alright, so the industrial extruder. So we need the extruder. Then we need a maintenance and a muffler hatch as well. And 36 of these guys. 36. Boom. Maintenance hatch. EEC Stabloid construct. I don't even know what that is. I know what the EEC is, but okay. So we are going to want normal buses because we're not just inputting items. We want to have the extruder shapes. Wait, I just realized. Hold on. Okay, so we just have an extruder shape in one of the inputs. So, how would that, could that work? I guess I could test it. With a stocking input bus? And then put a shape here? Let's just get the main part. Stocking input bus is for passive stuff. It is for passive stuff. Okay. On demand is still via the interface. Sounds good. Oh, I guess, yeah, that makes sense because you wouldn't be able to request it then. Chlorine. Get rid of that. Carbon, ingot, all that fun stuff. Oxygen, sugar, just get rid of these. So we have that. We also want a... Dang it. Oh, muffler. Couldn't think of it. HV is capacity 16 stacks. I mean, why would you want an EV one then if it's both 16 stacks? Or is it? Oh, it might be broken. Go to 16, and it says 16. It says 16 all the way throughout. Unless they're all the same, and then you just use them to upgrade other ones later on. Post HV, you can use super buses. Those start at 48. Oh. Just leave it on the bus you want to use. I think it's for upgrading super buses. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because then I'm just going to say uses. Yeah, okay, there it is. So EV. Superbus 1, LV. 32 slots. Whoa, a ball housing. 32 slots. Why would... Oh, I see. Yeah, duh. You go to 16 to 32. Okay, and then what about... Because now I am curious. Ivy. Uses. Superbus 48. Okay, there it is. It's funny it goes Superbus MV. It's weird how it just like goes back to like MV or whatever. It's kind of weird, strange, but it is what it is. Oh, I guess because you use the other components here. Blood steel. Cool. Alright, that's one more thing to know. We want our HV inputs. Input. Honestly, I don't even know for these. 14 reinforced casings minimum. I mean, we have 36. I mean, we can cut out, what is that, 3 by 5? That's 15 already down there. And then you say you have another 8. 8. Yeah, we'd probably just get away with, take away 15 here, or 16, just say 20. Let's try that. 20. Let me set this to 16. And then the output could be a me hatch. No, you really don't output fluids. Output bus, yes. Yeah, and regular input buses will become super buses in terms of capacity, which is kind of nice. I think super buses will get removed on a future upgrade. Oh, okay. Yeah, and regular input buses will become super buses in terms of capacity. Which is like why I'm wondering, it's like, yeah, why not just make the EV hatch take the super bus recipe and then just have it increase like that? I mean, it makes more sense rather than having to make it, have it not be really anything other than just a crafting ingredient. It'd be kind of weird. Alright, so we have item inputs, we have item outputs. We don't need fluid inputs or outputs. We have a maintenance, a muffler, output, maintenance, control. Oh, energy hatches, which we just grab afterwards anyways. Yeah, no clue why it was like this. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Alright, so that is another multi-block recipe that we have crafted. Industrial extruder. So let's just look up extruder. Obviously missing oxygen. and then all the other stuff. 4-2-1. 4-2-1. Kind of like the sleepy time music right now. Hold on, chat. Gotta get past this stuff. This is also LV assembler is fine. Circuit 1, dual interface, circuit 1. This is, ooh, that's kind of gross. Okay. A recipe for that. We do need copper though, so we might, here, let's put this, these two can go on the left side. Put away our tools. We're gonna have to go get some stuff. Keep everything organized before we leave here. Okay, let's see what we can all put into our inventory. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Mixer casings can go back. Bus, sure, why not? This can all go back into storage. These can go back down here though. Cells, benzene. Keep the torches, keep all that. Keep the spawner for later. Keep stone. Keep the key on me. Okay. You have a lot of copper, you just haven't processed it yet. I don't think I do. Bauxite, ilmenite. Actually, crushed ilmenite. Thank you very much. I'll take all that. Oh, you know what? I am, no. I'm not silly because I can't see that from the main net. What is the card on the interface? Make the papers multi-block request. Yeah, it is a fake crafting card, I think. I'll go check it real quick. Chalcopyrite, tetra, malachite, etc. So, yes, right here we have a fake crafting card. So that way it doesn't really have to see the outputs, it just dumps them all into the chest for me. Chalcopyrite, tetra. Let me see. Actually, I don't have any chalcopyrite anymore. Let's make sure I'm spelling it right. It's orichalcum. Yeah, so we have nothing for chalcopyrite here. We've already used all that. Tetrahedrite. Okay, so we do have tetrahedrite. I can add that recipe. Tetrahedrite. Uses. That turns into roasted copper. I am just going to smelty. Uses. Boom. I have so many copper ingot recipes in here. Copper dust, cocoa pyrite, or that. I'm making all my multis by hand, and it's getting annoying requesting one by one. Yeah, so that's why it is kind of nice that I could just do this. Just rename a piece of paper, and then click on it, and then it just automatically dumps out all the items needed. It actually, I do highly recommend it. It does save quite a bit of time. Ugh. Wait, fake crafting card is great for stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so now card. Still missing oxygen. It's so bad. Although it's funny, it's like we're missing oxygen, but like 3.97 million. I mean, we're not burning it. I just feel like we would have filled up on nitrobenzene already, and that, yeah, we wouldn't have had to have worried about anything, but I guess not. Well, there it is. All that tungsten steel that we had is just now burnt up, so that is nice. Get some more of this smelted. 40.5 seconds. Which is what? 1.48 per minute times 4 is 4. And then 1.6, so 5.6 a minute. Not bad. Also stainless. Sugar beets is really good for oxygen. Yeah, it is. But we don't have a sugar beets thing, so I'm going to end up doing the phosphoric acid loop. I'm going to go to work. Have a good stream, everyone. Well, thank you very much for all the help today, Carlos. Have a good day at work, and we'll see you next time. There's a lack of oxygen because he doesn't listen to me and because of laziness. Yeah, we haven't gotten... Actually, I just haven't even had the resources yet to actually craft all of my electrolyzers for the loop. Stellite rotor. Okay, so now we need, yeah, the multi-block. Actually, no, that's, yeah, the multi-block extruder we were working on. Let's see, extruder 1. So, Inconel plates. Inconel 690. Also, 1 second, chat. My girlfriend is calling me. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Although we will probably have to be ending the stream in the next couple of minutes. Just make sure I'm not missing anything from chat. Okay, no. So, we did... Let's see, just kind of recap everything here real quick. I guess we really didn't fix anything or change anything with this, but we verified that is working now. The ABS with the fluid solidifiers. Let's see here. I also got the recipe for, what is it, the extruder machine, which is going to be kind of one of the next few things that I want to do, as well as I'd really need to get a couple multi-block miners going very, very soon, so that way we actually have a bunch of resources. So we've been using a lot of stuff. What else did we do? I guess, yeah, we did change this to be able to produce hydrogen for us because we're not producing nearly enough. But we still need to get a lot of oxygen production, which I'm assuming I should be able to fit some... Hold on, we'll kind of lay this out here real quick. Need 5 electrolyzers, I think. So if we had 2 block gap there, I'm going to say 3. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 electrolyzers there, and then we could have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could just have a space like that around it. Although I guess I could make the wall kind of pop out a little bit, although I really don't want to. Hold on a second. So it'd be nice to have a border, have grading, and then this being the electrolyzer. Or into there, that'd be the chemical reactor. I guess we could do this one that way. And then we could just have a 2 block wide gap, just like that. Actually, yeah, there we go. Now we just move this out this way just a little bit. 2 block wide gap. So that'd be our 5 electrolyzers. This is where all the oxygen would then just be produced. Although, see, that is out from the wall there, but I guess maybe grading floor, grading border 1, 2, 3, border grading. I might just have to push that wall back 1, so we'll remove that here. So that'll be the front. Alright. So yeah, that is kind of my plans for the next time. It is crazy. How long we've been streaming? I guess probably 2 or 3 hours now. It doesn't even feel like it's been that long. But yes, get a chemical reactor with the phosphoric acid loop, so that way we can get a bunch of oxygen produced, so that we don't have to worry about keeping these operational. Then we can keep the platinum line running, because that is using a lot of our oxygen. And then... I know I'm not doing the platinum line. I should be working on the platinum line, because then, while I'm messing around with other things, at least it's producing metals and stuff, but it kind of is what it is. But I really, really, really do want to have a lot of nice multi-blocks to use. Alright, I think that'll be good. I do want to say thank you very much, everybody, for jumping in today. I do greatly appreciate it. If we do have any other streams later on today or anything like that, feel free to check that out on the Discord. I'll be posting about it there. Otherwise, thank you very much for jumping in. I do greatly appreciate it, and we'll see you